Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will be looking at applications of simultaneous equation, means word problems related to linear equations in two variables. These are quite easier to solve. We just need to know how to formulate the equation. Once we formulate the equation, solving them is very easy, just like any other simultaneous equation. So let's look at the sums. Before we start with the sums, I would like you to note that as these are linear equations in two variables, all the sums which we will solve will only involve two variables, that is x and y. Okay, so let's look at our first sum now. So this is our first sum. Let's read it. Two numbers differ by 3. The sum of twice the smaller number and thrice the greater number is 19. Find the numbers. Here, before starting the sum, we just need to identify what are our x and y. How to identify? Just have to look for quantities which are being compared here. So here as we can see, the relation is given between sum of twice the smaller number and thrice the greater number. Means our quantities for x and y are smaller number and greater number. Okay, so let's write it down. Okay, we'll start our sum by writing we have a relation between smaller number and the greater number. So we write let the smaller number be x, let the greater number be y. Now we have our x and y. We just need to form two equations and then solve. Okay, now let us look how to solve the equation. Here it is given two numbers differ by 3. Two numbers differ by 3. Differ means subtraction. Okay, and two numbers differ by 3. What are our numbers? X and y. So two numbers differ by 3 can be x minus y is equal to 3 or y minus x is equal to 3. What we would take, x minus y or y minus x? We will take y minus x is equal to 3. Why? Because we always know the answer is positive. So greater number minus smaller number will give us a positive value. So how will we write it? According to first condition, what is our first condition says? Two numbers differ by 3. Means x minus y is equal to 3 or y minus x is equal to 3. We would be taking y minus x is equal to 3. Reason, greater number minus smaller number will give us positive value. So this is our equation 1. Now we need our second equation. So what is the second relation? The sum of twice the smaller number and thrice the greater number is 19. Sum means addition. So first we will write according to second condition. You just need to know how to place the written part into algebraic equation. Okay, sum of twice. First it is given as sum means addition of twice the smaller number and thrice the greater number is 19. Sum of twice the smaller. What was our smaller number? X. So twice of it means 2x and greater number and thrice the greater number. Sorry, thrice means 3 times of y. Is means is equal to 19. This is our second equation. Now we have our two equation. I can write this as minus x plus y is equal to 3. I will name this as equation 1, not this. Why? Because this is standard form, x, y and number. So now we have two equation, x plus minus x plus y is equal to 3 and 2x plus 3y is equal to 19. Now we just need to solve it by simultaneous equation. What is the first rule of solving the simultaneous equation? Bring the coefficient of either x or y as same. Here we have minus x and plus 2x. So if we bring these two coefficients as same, we can perform addition, solve the equation. So what we have to do, here the coefficient 1 and it is 2. So we just have to multiply equation 1 by 2. So multiplying equation 1 by 2, we get, first write the equation again, minus x plus y is equal to 3. This was our equation. Now we are multiplying it with 2. Put it in square bracket. Minus x plus y is equal to 3. This 2 we will multiply with minus x, y and also 3. Plus into minus, minus 2 ones are 2, x plus into plus, plus 2 ones are 2, y is equal to 2 3s are 6. So this is our new equations. Write as equation 3. Now we have the equation 2 and equation 3, and here the coefficient of x are also same, but the signs are different. So what we will do, addition or subtraction, we will be performing here addition operation. So let's add. We would be writing adding equation 2 and 3 we get. Write the equation. Equation 2 was 2x plus 3y is equal to 19, and equation 3 was minus 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. Operation is addition, so no sign change. Minus will remain minus, plus will remain plus, and plus will remain plus. Okay, plus 2x minus 2x will get cancelled. Plus 3 plus 2 will give us 5y is equal to 19 plus 6 will give us 25. Now we don't need the value of 5y, we need the value of just y. So y would be 25. 5 was getting multiplied on this side, so it will be divided on this. It will get divided on this side. 5 ones are 5 5s are. We got the value of y as 5. Now we need the value of x. How can we get it? We just have to simply substitute it in equation 1, 2 or 3. So suppose I substitute y is equal to 3 in equation 1. We get, I will write it on new page. My equation 1 was minus x plus y is equal to 3. Minus x plus y is equal to 3. We had got the value of y as 5, so substitute it. Minus x plus 5 is equal to 3. Minus x plus 5 will go on that side and it will become minus 5. Minus x plus minus, minus 5 minus 3 2. Sign of the bigger number, which is minus. Minus minus will get cancelled, so we are left with x is equal to 2. Now we have our answer. X comma y is equal to 2 comma 5 is the solution of given simultaneous equation. Now how can we check that our answer is 2 comma 5 is correct or not? Simply put these values in the equation and see if it is getting verified or not. We have x and y as 2 or 5. What was our first condition? Two numbers differ by 3. Our numbers were 2 and 5. Okay, so substitute 2 and 5. Difference between two number, 5 minus 2, 3. So this is correct. Let us check the second condition too. Sum of twice the smaller number. Our smaller number was 2. Sum of twice the smaller number. So 2 2s are 4, and the thrice the greater number. 2 2s are 4 and thrice the greater number. Greater number was our 5. 3 5s are 15. 4 plus 15 will give us 19. So even this condition is satisfied. So our answer is correct. So now as you know how to solve simultaneous equation, I will just formulate the equations of the rest of the sums and you can solve it on your own. Okay, so let's look at our new sum. Let us take the third sum as our example. Okay, let us read it out. The sum of father's age and twice the age of his son is 70. If we double the age of the father and add it to the age of his son, the sum is 95. Find their present ages. So first we need to find out what is our quantity. What are the variables? Here you can see the relation is given between sum of father's age and twice the age of his son. Means the relation is between father's age and the son's age. So our x and y would be father and sons. Okay. So let us write. Suppose I write, let the father's age be x. Okay, and Then let the sun's age be y. Now we have our x and y. We just need to formulate the equation. Let us look at it. The sum of father's age and twice the age of his son is 70. Sum means addition. So according to first given condition, sum of father's age and twice the age of his son is 70. Father's age was our x and twice the age of his son. Son's age was y, but twice of it means 2y. Is equal to 70. This is our first equation. Now second condition. According to second given condition, let us see what is our second condition. If we double the age of father and add it to the age of his son, the sum is 95. If we double the age of the father's age is x, doubling the age will give us 2x, and add it means plus to the age of the son's age is y, the sum is 95 is equal to 95. This is our second equation. Now we have two equations. We just need to bring the coefficient of x or y same and solve it. You can solve it. So let's move to the next sum. Okay, this is our next sum. The denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice its numerator. Denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. Find the fraction. Now here, as you can see, the relation is given between numerator and the denominator. So let us take the numerator as x and denominator as y. Let the numerator be x let the denominator be y. Okay, now let's look at our first equation. So the first equation is the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice its numerator. Denominator is 4 more. Okay, is means is equal to, but the denominator is, so denominator is y according to first condition. Denominator is 4 more than twice its numerator. Twice its numerator means 2x and 4 more. More means addition. So 2x plus 4. This is not the standard form. So let us write in standard form. I will take 2x on that side. So it is plus y minus 2x is equal to 4. We will write x before minus 2x plus y is equal to 4. This is the standard form. Name it as equation 1. Now we need the second condition. According to second condition, I will write it in short form. Denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. We will read it again. Denominator becomes means denominator will become 12 times the numerator when if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. So what are numerator and denominator? X and y. So if both of them are reduced by 6, then the denominator will become 12 times the numerator. So denominator and numerator are reduced by 6 means subtracted by 6. Denominator becomes 12 times the numerator if both the numerator and denominator are reduced by 6. We have reduced both them. So what will happen then? This will become 12 times this. So we just have to simplify it. Y minus x, 12 into x, 12x, plus into minus, minus 12 6 are 72. This is not the standard form. Let us take it on that side. Y minus 12x, will take the number on right hand side, minus 72, minus 6 will become plus 6. y minus 12x is equal to plus minus minus 72 minus 6, 66. Sign of the bigger number. This is not the standard form. We need to write x before. So it would be minus 12x plus y is equal to minus 66. This is our second equation. Now we have the two equations. We can simply solve it. Now let us look at another sum. Two types of boxes A, B are to be placed in a truck having capacity of 10 tons. When 150 boxes of type A and 100 boxes of type B are loaded in the truck, it weighs 10 tons. But when 260 boxes of type A are loaded in the truck, it can still accommodate 40 boxes of type A so that it is fully loaded. Find the weight of each type of box. Here, as you can see, the relation is given between two boxes, box A and box B. So we'll consider of box A and box B as A and B. Let the box A be X and let the box B be Y. Now we have our X and Y. We just need to formulate the equation. We will read it once again. Two types of boxes A, B are to be placed in a truck having capacity of 10 tons. From this we can know that the maximum capacity is 10 tons. So we know that on the equal to side, in one of the equation it will be equal to 10. Okay, so this is a reference. When 150 boxes of type A means 150 of type A is box A means X means 150 of X, and 100 boxes of type B are loaded in the truck, it weighs 10 tons. So we just have to write it in the form of mathematical expression. 150 of, according to first condition, 150 of type A means 150 of X and 100 of type B means 100 of Y are loaded in a truck, means they are put together, so it's addition. It weighs 10 tons. 10 tons means is equal to, okay, now the weight is given in 10 tons. We don't need it in tons, we need it in kg. So we know that 1 ton is equal to 1000 kg. So 10 ton would be equal to 10,000 kg. So here it is 10 tons, so we write it in kg. Okay, so this is the only step which you need to consider. So this is our equation 1. Now let us look at our second equation. But when 260 boxes of type A are loaded in the truck, it can still accommodate 40 boxes of type B. Don't pay attention at, but it can still accommodate and all. These are just the data given to us in different forms. So 260 boxes of type A, according to second condition, 260 boxes of type A means 260x and 40 of type B means 40y are accommodated 40 boxes of type A, so that is fully loaded. Fully loaded means again 10 tons, which is 10,000 kg. We have our second equation done. So we have our equation 1 and 2. We just have to bring the value of either x or y as same and we can solve it. Now let us look at the last sum of this exercise. This is a special type of sum. Here you need a relation between, you need to remember just one formula from science. Let us look at it. Out of 1900 km, we shall travel some distance by bus and some by aeroplane. Bus travels with an average speed of 60 km per hour and the average speed of aeroplane is 700 km per hour. It takes 5 hours to complete the journey. Find the distance we shall travel by the bus. Here as you can see, the relation is given between bus and aeroplane and the distance traveled by it. So here we have given distance, speed and also time. So there is a formula, if you remember, in science which states that speed is equal to distance upon time. Yes, this is the only formula which we need to remember to solve this equation. Okay, now let us look at the sum once again. Out of the 1900 km, we shall travel some distance by bus and some by aeroplane. Bus travels with an average speed of 600 km per hour and the average speed of aeroplane is 700 km per hour. It takes 5 hours to complete the journey. Find the distance we shall travel by the bus. Here, as you can see, we have been told to find the distance he traveled by bus. So we need one of the variable to be x, which contains the distance traveled by bus. So let us take, let the distance traveled by bus be x. So if we are taking this as x, then the other would be y, which is, let the distance traveled by aeroplane be y. Now we have defined our x and y. We just need to form the equation. Now let us look at the question. Out of the 1900 kilometer, we shall travel some distance by bus and some by aeroplane. Bus travels with an average speed of 60 km per hour. We have been given the speed of bus, okay, which is 60 km per hour, okay, and the average speed of aeroplane is 700 km per hour. Speed of aeroplane is 700 km per hour. It takes 5 hours to complete the journey, means this is the total time. Then find the distance traveled by the bus. Now we have our data. The total time is 5 hours. Now suppose we take bus into consideration. So if we use this formula, speed of bus would be distance of bus upon time of bus. We have the speed of bus, which is 60. We have distance of bus, which is x. We don't know the time of bus, okay. Then if we consider the aeroplane, we have speed of aeroplane is equal to distance of aeroplane upon time of aeroplane. We had speed of aeroplane is equal to distance of aeroplane upon time of aeroplane. Our speed of aeroplane was 700, distance of aeroplane was y, and time of aeroplane we don't know. Now we can see in both the equation the time is unknown. So we need to substitute time in some place, okay. But if we look back, we have been given total time is equal to 5 hours. So this is a hint given to us. Total time is time travel by aeroplane and time travel by bus. So we know that it would be time by aeroplane plus time by bus is equal to 5 hours. Got this hint? This is the just the hint which we need to remember to solve this sum. Now we just have to substitute the values of time of A and time of B. How can we get the values? We just have to arrange this equation. So let us look at our first equation. It is 60 is equal to x upon time of bus, means t of b. So it is 60 is equal to x upon t of b. If we take t of b on the other hand, it will be t of b. 60 was getting multiplied here, it will be getting divided here. So it would be x upon 60. This is our equation 1, suppose. Then similarly we do it with t of a. We had 700 is equal to y upon t of a. We need t of a on this side, so it will be y divided by 700. This is our equation 2. Okay, now we have t of a and t of b, but we have the relation of time. Ta plus tb is equal to 5. So simply substitute the value of ta and tb in this equation. Suppose this is equation a. So t of a was y by 700 plus t of b was x by 60, which was equal to 5. And we just need to simplify it. How we can simplify? We have to cross multiply 60 into y plus 700 into x. 7 6 are 42 and 3 0, so it will be 42,000 is equal to 5. we don't need this in the form of denominator, we will multiply it on that side. So it is 60y plus 700x is equal to 5 into 42,000. Okay, 60y plus 700x is equal to 5 zeros are 0, 5 zeros are 0, 5 zeros are 0, 5 twos are 10, 1 carry, 5 fours are 20 plus 1, it would be 21. So this is our first equation. Okay, since I used 1 2, I will write this as equation suppose third. Okay, we need one more equation to solve the simultaneous equations. So how we can get the equation? We have distance x and y, but if we note the first line, out of 1900 kilometer, means the total distance he traveled was 1900 kilometer. So this was our other equation. The total distance traveled, we know the distance by bus and aeroplane, it was x and y respectively, and the total distance is 1900 kilometer. So according to second condition, x plus y would be 1900 kilometer. This is our another equation. Now we have our two equation 3 and 4. We just have to bring the coefficient of x or y as same and solve it simultaneously, and we'll get our answer. So this sum was just a bit of tricky, but it's also an easiest sum. So that's all for today. With this we have completed our chapter, that is linear equations in two variable. From the next video we will be taking a chapter from geometry, which is the Pythagoras theorem. It is another interesting and a very easy topic to solve. So stay tuned, and if you found this video useful, do like, share and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you.